I'm Cheryl. Welcome or welcome back to Merpirate Makes. Um, it's been a while, so let's chat a little bit. I made some fresh tea, so maybe you want to grab a cup yourself. We're going to talk about February, where I've been, what I've been doing, and a little bit about my plans for March as well. So February's been really, really tough for a lot of people. I'm sure my work has been insane. Additionally, my husband had surgery, so in the middle of the month for about a week, I was just really focused on his recovery. He's doing great. The surgery wasn't because of anything life-threatening, but you know how it is, like the doctors tell you, you gotta watch for this and you gotta watch for that. So I did. I watched. I really watched him for a whole week. He had medicine he had to take every 2 hours, so that really took up all my time, as it should, as I wanted it to, and now he's doing really well. So I'm really happy about that. And then I think last week I finally started sewing again. I've got my notes here. So yeah, another thing that might change is that I might have to go, can we call it back to the office if I've never been to the office? But my work is also getting caught up in all of that. So I kind of need to think about, like, do I have anything to wear to the office? The answer is quite frankly no. Do I have any fabrics in my stash or patterns that could make office appropriate garments? I don't know. I haven't really looked yet, so that's something I'm going to assess for next month. So what have I been sewing? The trousers I wanted to make, the pants from that like tweed, gray, brown tweed fabric. I thought I had 4 yards and I have 2. So that was the first thing I wanted to work on, and it was immediately a fail. I don't know what I'm going to make with 2 yards of that fabric. Maybe a skirt for the office? Okay, maybe. We'll put that. I'm going to put a mental note in that. I've got my tried and true. Let me show you. This is Simplicity 1370. It's a short and skirt pattern. I've made this a handful of times. It fits perfectly straight out of the package. I think that it's basically, the skirt's just like a little A-line skirt. If I extended that, it's a little short. So if I put a couple more inches on that, I think that would be fine to wear in the office. The only thing is it's got a zipper, and I don't know that I have any more zippers. So that was the first thing I tried to make. The second thing that I did was go back in for the waistband of these green pants. And let me tell you, I tried to fix the waistband and I messed it up so badly that I literally cut it off. The elastic was ruined. I threw the whole thing in the trash. I cut a new piece of elastic, and I serged the top edge of the pants, and then I just folded it over the elastic and zigzagged it down. Like, I don't know if these fit my husband. He hasn't actually tried them on. It's not been that cold. We're getting like a tease of spring. I don't think it's going to last. It's supposed to snow next week. But tell me why. I sewed the pockets when I did the zigzag along the band. I sewed the pockets, and then I folded it over and I sewed right over the pockets. Why did I never think about the pockets? There's the opening to the pockets now is so tiny. It makes me laugh so much. It doesn't really matter because they're like a layering piece now, so there'll be one underpants. The only thing I'm not sure about is if the crotch depth is still sufficient. This made me laugh so hard when I saw how tiny the pocket opening is. I love it. I love it too. And now I guess there's a secret second pocket up here. You stick a chapstick in there. This really made me laugh. This project has been you know, a mess. Start to now. We'll see if this is the end. But they are. I took in the waistband. So the next thing I did, and the priority of the month, was the aprons for my nieces. This is Simplicity 3949, and I made them view A. So I made 3 of these. I didn't get around to making the aprons for the adults, for myself and my husband yet, because, you know, these were supposed to be Christmas presents. So let's just put it that way. I started off making the one for my middle niece because I had double the amount of fabric for this than I did for the others, just because of a ordering error when I ordered online. It's this really, really cute mermaid Hello Kitty fabric. She wanted Hello Kitty as her character. So I made that. It's got the little pockets. I would say, I don't gather much. I don't really like the fullness that gathering gives you, but I think I did an okay job gathering. I did misread the instructions for hemming the bottom apron piece. So you were supposed to hem the bottom and then the sides and then attach to the waistband, but I attached it to the waistband. So then I hemmed the side, and that meant I had to do a little bit of extra hand stitching, which I think looks fine. You know, it's okay. And then also I used the recommended strap placement. I got a new tripod. The old one was shorter and I had to look down. It was uncomfortable. But this I might have put too high. But anyways, when I did the straps, I did it based off of the placement guide. And one of the straps, this one was like way further in. So it was attaching like here. And it was really awkward looking. I had to move that later, but I don't think you can see the stitches. I don't think you can tell that I had to move. I just unpicked this section, moved it, and then stitched it back into place. I used my regular sewing machine. I ironed and pressed and ironed and pressed every single step, and you can really tell the difference. I think these are so cute. They were really easy to make. I think it took me less than an hour, including the hand stitching for each one, and I did it over 2 days. Here's the second one. This is for my youngest niece. The middle and youngest are twins, but you know, the big one and the little one. This is for the little one. She loves Princess Daisy. It was really hard to find Princess Daisy fabric, but they love Mario Kart, so I think she's going to be really happy with this. This one turned out the best. This is the second one I made. Strap placement's really good. I was really mindful when cutting out of the fabric to make sure, since she's not the only character on here, Princess Daisy was front and center for the bib, and then for the skirt piece, for the pockets, I cut out Princess Daisy and Princess Peach, and I made sure Princess Daisy's winning the race. And then last but certainly not least, for my oldest niece, she requested Eevee. Eevee's her favorite, so I found this beautiful Pokemon fabric, and I put Eevee Pride of Place in the bib, and this one turned out really good as well. I had some issue. I must have cut one of the waistband ties a little too wide, or I didn't do the seam allowance correctly because it's kind of folded in there, but nobody's going to notice that. I'm really happy with this pattern. I loved it. Everything is finished nicely. All your seams are enclosed. There's no issue about fraying. I'm not worried about it at all. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with those, and so happy that they're finished. They need to be washed because it's got all my chalk markings. And then probably iron them again this weekend, and then hopefully get those shipped out soon. The second thing I did for Black History Month Pattern Design Challenge 2025 was the Kijani pouch. Again, I'm going to link it down below. This is by Sew Your Own Bag. I made these yesterday. I made all 3 of them yesterday. I cut them out a couple days before. And then yesterday I finally had a chance to sew them up, and I didn't do that good of a job on them. So for the pattern, they want you to use a couple different types of interfacing. I didn't have those, and so I just made them up without them. And because they assume you're going to have like foam and a lot of like thicker, sturdy interfacing in there, the lining is cut a 1/4 inch shorter than the main fabric. But because I don't have that lining in there, it just means that they feel like you can tell that the lining doesn't extend all the way to the bottom of the bag. Also, they use like a 1/4 inch seam allowance, which for me is a little too tiny. I think if I make this again, I would cut it larger to use a larger seam allowance. I really like the zipper. So they have you, they sell as part of a kit too, and then the kit comes with zipper by the yard, but I just used some old zippers I had from the thrift store. But they have you sew the zippers down so they curve, and then you make a tab out of cloth for the end. And I think the zipper installation was really clever. They wanted to use double-sided tape. I didn't have double-sided tape. I just used a ton of pins. And so I was following along the tutorial. The zipper was fine and novel to me and really good, I thought. And and then I got to the bottoms, the corners, and man, I struggled. I sewed these 3 or 4 different times. Like you can see kind of the remnants of threads kind of poking out because the edges were just getting really ragged. And I think in the end I figured it out for this one so that's like flat and can stand up. I don't know if I didn't understand it because I was too tired. I have been like a zombie all month. My brain function is not very high. I use up all my executive function at work, and at the end of the day, I don't have that much left over. So I'm not sure if I just couldn't understand the instructions properly. I tried to look for a tutorial, like a video tutorial. There wasn't one that I could find. When I searched Kijani pouch on YouTube, my video came up. I was like, okay, there's nothing here. But yeah, so I'm pretty mediocre about these. The other 2 pouches, I used the zipper construction that they wanted, but this one you can see I caught too much of the zipper tab, so it's kind of awkward at the end. And then this one, my zipper wasn't quite long enough, so this end looks weird. And then for these 2, I just did regular edges, corners. I didn't try to like box them out. It was getting really late, and I knew that I needed to have these done by today and like photographed and submitted. Not really on Instagram very much, but I did get the pictures uploaded today. I barely remembered in time, but they are done. And you know what? These girls are like 5 and 9, so they don't care about, at that age. Don't you just love pouches? They're just gonna put so much stuff in here. They're gonna like these poorly made pouches better than they're gonna like the aprons. Okay, I guarantee it. So yeah, that's the Kijani pouches. The other thing I was supposed to make for Black History Month Pattern Design Challenge was a bag for myself. I didn't get around to that. Okay, next. The next thing I've been working on is that pirate shirt. This is McCall's 8131. It's view A, this one without the collar. I'm cut a size small. I was working on it last night with delusions that I would finish it by today, but my sewing machine just kind of got really stiff. So I need to figure out how to clean it. I found a couple videos to watch on YouTube, but if you have a video that you like about cleaning and oiling your sewing machine, please link it below. I would love to watch it. I can't afford to take my machine in to get serviced, and that's it. I've got one sewing machine. It's a Viking Emerald 116, and I've got one serger, and that's it. But here's the shirt so far. I really like it. The fit's going pretty well. I'm doing French seams because I do want this to last a while. But can you see the neckline? Yeah, I need to lower my camera for the next time. But the neckline, there's a band that I'm going to insert, but the gap in the neckline is quite wide, and this is even before like you take into account seam allowance. So without the seam allowance, it's probably like 3 inches wide, and that's very wide, and it comes down below my sports bra line. It comes down pretty low as well. So we'll see how that goes. Another thing I think I don't like is the color. So it's this kind of sage green. I don't think it's very warm. When I got my colors done, my friend said that I'm fully warm, like halfway between spring and fall, and that I need warm saturated colors. I don't think this is warm or saturated, so I think I'm gonna dye it. I'm just not sure. If you're a color guru, let me know down below what color I should dye over this. I might just throw it in a tea bath and see what happens. Brown's warm, right? But not all browns are warm. I'm not sure, but so far this is going really well. I'm excited to finish that. And I'm surprised how well it fits for like a men's shirt. I did, because this year I'm trying to get into fitting. So I did shorten the front and back pieces so that the waistline matched my natural waistline. And I'm glad I did that because I think it would have been way too long otherwise. I wish I had done some kind of shoulder adjustment. I think I need a forward shoulder and a sloped shoulder adjustment. But how do you tell? How can you tell if you need one or the other or both? If you know the answer, please tell me below. And so the other thing I've been working on is from my fabricroulette, I picked that really cute pink Hello Kitty fabric. It's this one. And I did pick the pattern for it. I'm going to make the Bardon Dress by Peppermint Magazine. It's a free pattern. I'll link it below. I am working through a class to do the bust adjustment. I'm pretty confused based off of my measurements versus the garment measurements if I need to do a full bust adjustment or if I just need to move the placement of the darts. Also for this, do I need to make sloping shoulder adjustment, a forward shoulder adjustment, or both? I think what I'm going to do, I've got at least 2 yards left of this blue Hello Kitty fabric. So I think I'm going to do a mock-up of the top at least of the Bardon dress. So for this one, I'll move the bust darts and make a sloping shoulder adjustment and see if that's sufficient. I think with this, I could do the bodice and make it into like a peplum top if I can't actually get like a nice length skirt out of it as well. For cottons, I'm kind of trying to get away from cottons because, or at least these types of cottons, like quilting weight cottons, because I hate ironing and I also hate wearing wrinkly clothes. So I'm trying to keep it really simple, like no buttons, no collars, no sleeves, like all those areas that are really prone to showing off your wrinkles. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that. So the Bardon dress is really simple and the skirt pieces are gathered, so I don't think you would notice too much if it was wrinkled anyways. That's my hope anyways. So that's part of what I'm going to do in March. Finish up the pirate shirt, do the mock-up, and make up the dress. And then make the aprons for myself and my husband, and that'll clear out my to sew bin. And then beyond that, my plans for March is to maybe try to make up some more office work clothes. Um, what's the warm equivalent of black? Okay, that's my question. That's my ultimate question for you. Something a little edgy, but that goes with everything. I just really want to wear like a black wrap top, but I know black really washes me out. So I'm trying to think of what the alternative color would be. Also, this month, I hope we go thrifting. It's the plan for this weekend. Do you want a thrift with me video? Let me know. Maybe also go to Joann's. I know they're all closing. I'm pretty heartbroken. And I know patterns are on sale and stuff, or supposedly, depending on your Joann's, they're on sale $1.99. So it would be great to like dig through and find some patterns off of my wish list. Specifically, there's a couple I'm thinking of that I would like to use to make a top for my, like, it's my birthday my birthday's in March. So I was thinking of maybe making a birthday outfit out of that orange tropical fabric I thrifted last year. So, it would be great if I could go to Joann's. I don't know how much money I have to spend at Joann's, but it would be nice to at least look at the patterns. I'm also hoping to thrift or maybe find off of eBay some cheap like clothes for working out. I've been working out a lot more again. I kind of like February really messed me up, you guys, mentally and physically. I'm exhausted, and one thing I really know about myself is if I don't get some movement into my day, belly dance, stretching, I lift weights sometimes, just something, I really start to feel disconnected from my body. So I've been trying to bring myself back in, feel present, feel grounded. But I don't really have that many workout clothes. I've got a couple pairs of shorts, and that's it. So if I could make some workout clothes, that would be really ideal. And then my birthday outfit, I think I want to make those culotte shorts. And actually, is culotte a length? Or is culotte a style? Because I have that pattern that has shorts and a skirt. And the pants are definitely culottes. But are the shorts culotte shorts? I'm not sure. But I want to make those shorts and then a simple top. I'll put a picture of the pattern I want to use here. It's the one I've had in my mind for a while now. I've seen a lot of other people make it up, notably We See Style. And it just looks so good. And it's like the straps are just thick enough to still wear a bra. So I think that would make a cute set, and then also be able to wear them separately as well. So yeah, that was February. It was a disaster. How was your February? Was it also disaster? January I thought was a disaster, but February was even worse. So March is going to be great because it's my birthday. It's my husband's birthday. So we're going to just be super birthday. February's done. It's the last day of February. February's over now. March is a new month. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What are your plans for March? Let me know your plans for March as well. And I will see you next week. Last month, I did film a couple videos that I just didn't like. I tried to film some like sew with me videos, but I don't know if I just don't have my angles right, or maybe I don't like those videos, but I trashed all that footage. And then I filmed another chatty video about like my style journey and stuff, but I just didn't like it. I didn't like it, so I didn't post it. I haven't even edited it. But maybe I'll post that once I hit 1,000 subscribers. I'll post that video, okay? So subscribe, like, comment, share, all that stuff. And I will see you next week, either with a thrifting video or just a sewing catch up, or maybe a sewing space tour if you'd be interested in that. It's pretty messy right now because I don't have my storage locked down, but would you like a sewing room tour? Would you like a thrifting with me video? Would you just like to see what I've sewn for the week? Let me know. But I will see you next time.